Hi, everyone. What's everyone doing? This is Kim Inari. You have landed. You are here with me at Paradigm Theories. What's going on? Yes, and you may hear some noise in the background because my Capri, my cat, is finding things to do, and she may be quiet or a little bit annoying, but I'm making sure I'm going to go live because this is probably the only time I'm going to be able to do it. There is no one here in the chat. And so we will just have to wait and see if anybody turns up. And we will have to, if not, then they can watch this at a later time. Anyway, I thought I would hop on and just see what's going on with everyone, the world, and catch up with 3i Atlas and talk about some other things that I want this channel to be specific on. And so, so it's been very, very interesting. And once I end the stream on this one, I am going to upload a video on Kim's tarot. And that one, that's where I'm going to be doing all my tarot card readings and doing live with the Ghost Fox. I don't know if I can go live with. I don't think I have enough subscribers over there. So if you guys want me to go live and we can do some live readings, I believe I only have 11 subscribers. So I think I need a little bit more than that. But YouTube, we'll see. Maybe I can slip in there and do it. I'll try. But once I end the stream, then I'm going to try to go over there and do that. Be nice. Sorry, guys. So I wanted to hop on, and this is a very busy week for people here in the United States. People are driving. People are off from work for the next couple, maybe the whole week. I'm kind of off for the whole week, guys. Yes. We have Thanksgiving coming up, and that will be on the 27th of November, 2025. And I happen to be off this whole week. I have some normal days off, but I actually have that day off. So I want to try some things of talking about 3i Atlas and what's going on there. We've had some latest news on there, and which I thought was quite interesting. And so I just wanted to read about, I don't know what's happening today, which is the 24th, but Avi Loeb, who I love, you guys know I love Avi Loeb, and a lot of people don't like him. I don't know why. He does a blog on medium.com, and he's done a few 3i Atlas updates. And so since I've been working, I see that he's had 2 updates in the last day or so. So I'm very much into comets and meteors and things like that, anomalies, because of my experience that I had at Nopa Range, where this organic anomaly. What's up, Jonathan? Hi, love. Hi, sweetheart. How are you? Hey, thank you for joining. Of course, you know, when I hop on, I never really let people know I'm here. It's all about finding me. It's good to see you. Welcome, welcome. So a lot happened. 3i Atlas. So let's start on that subject first. So we know that it's been kind of knocking in our solar system, all these other planets in our close solar system. And I believe that it was discovered in June or July of this year earlier. And so it's been big boy 3i Atlas has been amazing, right? He was behind the sun, and we here in the United States was having a shutdown. Ooh, excuse me. And so the whole story with the shutdown was that because NASA could not tell us really or show us really what was going on with it. And they actually have probes and things like that out there. They have the Webb telescope, as we know, and the Hubble, and they're all out there. Some are on Mars or just why they wouldn't come through and show us really what's going on. Even if the shutdown was happening, they still should have honored the American people and the world to let us know what's going on with Big Boy 3I Atlas. So Avi Loeb, who I love, and he has been circling on major news stations and other podcasts. And Jonathan, I think, I can't remember the first time I learned about Avi Loeb. It's been a few years. But I want to read part of his blog, or maybe all of it. It's a 5-minute read. It's on medium.com. And he's already had 3,000 views as of today. It just came out yesterday. So let's do, because Avi is into, well, shoot, Avi doesn't put himself in a box, right? Hey, what's up, guys? Hi. Hello. Welcome. So Avi does not put himself in a box. He likes to think outside the box, right? And being a physicist and a professor at Harvard, I mean, he's just amazing, right? So I'm going to read this blog. He's on medium.com. And I just kind of want to, let's just kind of go through what he wrote on there. It's a 5-minute read, right? So Avi says, I don't want to keep looking that way because you guys are in front of me. Hold on. Excuse me, I have so much stuff on this little desk over here in the corner. This way, I don't have to keep cranking my neck. So, Avi says, let us suppose hypothetically that the interstellar object 3I Atlas is a mothership that was designed to seed Jupiter with technological devices. What would be the largest distance from Jupiter that this interstellar gardener should arrive at? Now, I'm excited about Jupiter. We are going into the Sagittarius astrological sign. I'm a Sagittarius, and my planet, all you guys that are born on a certain, Ghost, if you have to go to sleep, go to sleep. Seriously, you can always watch this later. It's all good. Okay. You're fine. Go get some rest. I'll be coming back again. You go get some rest. You take care of yourself, get some sleep. So everybody, when you're born in a certain month, you have a planet that is associated with your sign, and mine is Jupiter, the biggest gas giant planet out there. Jupiter is loud, and most Sagittarians are fire signs, and we can be the life of the party. We just love to have fun. We are usually very sociable people. Yeah, Avi. His name is spelled capital A as in apple, V as in Victor, I as in igloo. And then his last name is Loeb, Loeb. So it's Avi. He's Jewish. I believe he's originally from Israel. And he's just a really super cool guy. So I love hearing about my planet. We are entering the Sagittarius sign. And so Sagittarians are born because we circle the planets, right? We kind of go around, our solar system goes around all of these different planets, and whichever planet or planets were in your sign, you become a part of that planet. You are associated with that planet. And so the biggest planet out there in our solar system is Jupiter. So I find this really interesting because he's going to talk about Jupiter in this portion of his blog. So for that purpose, I'm going to continue reading. 3I Atlas must arrive within Jupiter's radius of gravitational influence, the so-called Hill radius, inside of which Jupiter's gravity overcomes the gravitational tide from the sun. Yeah, Jonathan. Yeah. Oh, I'm sure you've heard of Avi. I think, we both like Jimmy Church, Fade to Black, and Avi's been on Fade to Black with Jimmy. So they know one another. But anyway, okay, so continuing. Interior to that radius, Jupiter's gravity wins over the sun's gravity. Isn't that interesting? And can keep a low speed orbiters bound without the sun ripping them away. Now, I don't know half the stuff that Avi's going to be taught. Here he goes. The Lagrange points L1 and L2 of force equilibrium are located at the Hill radius and are ideal locations for technological satellites since orbital corrections and fuel requirements are minimal there. And so Jupiter's Hill radius is given by these equation. And I'm not going to read the equation. It's math and all of that. Yeah, go since Avi Loeb. Yeah, Avi Loeb. Yeah, he has a blog on medium.com. And he's been keeping up with everybody about 3I Atlas. And so he, for the past several months, as we know, we had a government shutdown here not too long ago. And so NASA did come out, never a straight answer, NASA, and had, I don't know who those people were. There was like 4 people on the panel, and they were talking about 3I Atlas because the shutdown was over with. And the picture that they showed of 3I Atlas was so blurry compared to other pictures that even backyard astronomers had a better picture of 3I Atlas than NASA took. So that's interesting to me. So 3I Atlas is expected to get to its closest distance from Jupiter on March 16th. Jonathan, I have not watched the documentary, The Age of Disclosure, which is making the rounds. It just came out this past Friday. I have not watched it yet. And I hear it's amazing. I believe Lou Elizondo went on the Good Trouble show with Matt Ford and discussed it. Now, there's a 4-hour podcast from Jesse Michaels. He has also had a lot of people in the UFO universe, like Lou Elizondo, David Grush, and all of these other people. And Jesse has Peter Levenda on, and I think it's a really important video to watch. It's 4 hours long. I have a feeling I'm only going to watch 2 hours of it and then get 2 hours tomorrow. So when you ask in the chat if there are aliens, I do believe, and others believe, that they are walking amongst us in their avatar bodies. They look just like us, even though they can, for some people, I think when they're a higher intuitive side, is that they are showing themselves the way they really look like, right? They have the tall whites, we have the grays. And so I really feel that some people, it scares the hell up out of them, right? I mean, who wants to see something, you think it's a bad dream, but maybe not. So yeah. So this whole thing with 3I Atlas, that is the closest approach to Jupiter. And so I just really think that something is sending probes to Jupiter. Is 3I Atlas a mothership? Because Avi will talk about, like, why can't scientists, okay, scientists are going to be scientists, right? Those PhDs, if you have that, it's like, stop being hypothetical. Let's just get down to theory, right? Let's just do the theory. This is an interstellar object. It's acting in some ways like a comet, but then it's not. So maybe it's a new type of species of a comet or something. Jonathan says, if they're so smart, why don't help like make smart pills? Are you talking about the aliens? Well, I believe that I'm just probably like into Peter Levinda's interview with Jesse Michaels, maybe like 35 minutes, 40 minutes. And he talks about why the grays and the tall whites and other species of aliens can't or has put a stop on not letting humanity know that they're for real. Now, there is talks that Trump, while he's in office, may reveal that there are UFOs, that there are aliens, and if he wants to be that president that comes out and let us know, that's great. I mean, please let us know. Because the world's going to be changing. The world is changing, really. It's going to be changing. And you gotta, I have issues with Elon, even though I have a little bit of Tesla stock in there. But Elon drops bombs of what's coming. Excuse me. Woo! I feel like somebody is talking about me. And so when you listen to this bazillionaire, he's dropping bombs of maybe in the next 5 to 7 years, maybe up to 10 years, that humans will not have to work, that it will be a choice. And so what are people going to do? Supposedly, if you want to work, you can work. If you don't want to work, there's going to be some type of system where there's not going to be, supposedly, I'm talking hypothetically, there's no poor, middle, or rich. Everybody will just be on the same lines of financial stability. I don't know if that's true. I don't know how that's going to work. But I do see things that I feel are coming. And if nothing stays the same, nothing. I think it was Motorola that came out with the first cell phone. I think it was around 1983. And that's when they had like the big box phones out there, cell phones. And I don't know what year, because in the 80s, I had a big box cell phone and I would plug it in my cigarette lighter when I would drive from Los Angeles to Las Vegas. And so after about 9 years, the phone got smaller and smaller and smaller. So by, I believe, 1993 is when you had all these different models coming out where you could stick it in your pocket. And to me, that's pretty fast, right? You figure within 9 years, we already had developed a cell phone, and now 9 years later, I believe it was cell phones that were smaller. So you can't tell me, sitting here today on November 24, 2025, that what Elon is saying, there is going to be some major changes in the world. AI, robotic. I mean, it's already happening. And people just, sometimes you can't wrap your head around it. What else did you say, Jonathan? Can aliens make pills that can help you access 100% of your brain? I think that, they're becoming, if they're not already, sentient. And I love the Terminator movies. And so when you have these Terminators that were created and became sentient, and they just knew everything before you knew things, or what they were processing so fast that they can figure out what the human was going to do next. That's crazy. So it's getting to a point with, like, I want to believe, and I'm putting it out there, and I may be wrong. In 15 to 20 years, people that have disabilities, people that want to look younger or older, no, it sounds crazy. I really feel it's going to be something within the home. I feel that you'll be able to go like through something that's going to be in each home. And if I want to have blonde hair and my avatar body on, I can change my looks. I'm multiracial. What if I want to be Japanese for a few hours? Maybe I won't have to wear glasses. And I think you'll be able to go through the system and change everything. You may not even leave your house. You can, but it's going to be where you're going to be fixed. Like, you won't have to have this disability. You won't have to have this disease. This doorway looking thing will be able to process your body to make it healed, while the world is preparing to jump off this planet in the next 25, 30 years. I don't think I'll be around in 40 or 50 years, but Jonathan, you may be, and it's going to be a different world for you. What did you say? I have slow learning problem, and it's a problem for me. I feel that it is coming. There are so many people where I work, Jonathan. I have a gal who is autistic. She's verbal, though, and highly intelligent. And I'm a massage therapist at a hotel casino spa here in Las Vegas, Nevada, on the Las Vegas Strip. I'm not going to say where I work. She's a beautiful person, and I just get her. She's just is going through a lot with her brain, where she has to have a chemical put in her to balance her out, right? And so people with slow learning, disabilities of all kinds, whether it's brain function, losing a limb, can't move, can't see, I can't hear, I can't talk or see. I feel that there will be something within AI that will change humanity, and that it's going to make you able to change the way your disability is. If there is a AI glasses that give me a definition to understand, that would be great. I also feel that's coming into place soon too. I do, Jonathan. I feel that that maybe not even glasses. It could be contacts of some kind. One of my favorite movies is The Minority Report. I don't know if you've ever seen that with Tom Cruise. I just love that movie. I really do. And it's kind of off the subject that we're talking about, but I also feel like we're just advancing as humans. Now, whether or not we were given this information by an alien, and they're like, oh, okay, you're going to develop this, and in the year 2025, you can start saying these things to humanity, Elon Musk. And people are going to go, well, let me tell you something. Back in the 60s, when Star Trek, the TV series, was so popular, and a lot of the things that were shown in that TV series that went, I want to believe, for the next 7 or 8 years or more, and I'm sure if my brother sees this, he will correct me. A lot of the things that were used in the Star Trek series when it began in the 60s are things that have been implemented to this day that were just not even, maybe it was thought of, but now is reality. So I believe, Jonathan, because you're young enough, and I'm way older than you, to just hang in there because it's coming and you're going to be alive to witness it, to be a part of it, and to embrace humanity in such a way that's going to be, it's just going to be amazing. You're going to be in awe. And I feel that's coming. I really do. And so, with Three Eye Atlas, is it something that is sentient? I think it is. I feel everything is consciousness and everything is capable of all knowing. And it knows about our solar system because it's in our solar system. We don't know where it came from, but we know that it could be billions of light years away and found its way to us. Drink some water. It found its way to us, right? Whew. Hold on. I don't want. Okay, sorry about that. Got a dry spell. Got the fan is kind of hitting me right here. So we got Three Eye Atlas, and on December 19th, the day after my birthday, it's going to be. Let me see if Avi talks about it. Something's happening on December 19th, and so I think that it's going to really be in a different part or be in line with Earth and other planets, and we'll be able to take some more pictures. And I don't trust anything with NASA, so I'll just wait for some other telescope in a different country to show us what's really going on. So yeah, absolutely. Let me see what else, guys. So I can't wait to watch The Age of Disclosure, and I have to admit, a lot of Thomas Fessler people that were in his chat years ago, including myself as a moderator there, I'm still friends with, mainly friends with on X. And so we come through, we talk about things, we see things, we're all in sync and wanting to, and a lot of us believe, maybe some on the fence, but I think a lot of them are close to being like 90% of like, there is something more out there than what people know or think. And so, so there's a lot of back and forth going on right now on X. And I'm reading on X. Eric Weinstein has come through to say, see, I didn't see that. David Grush or Grush, probably saying his name, one of the two, went on Fox News and was interviewed by Brett Baer. I don't watch CNN or Fox News. I could care less. But I do know that they do have some people like David on there, Lou Elizondo, and a few other people that come through. And so I haven't seen that one yet, but I would like to. Yeah, Jonathan, I just think that that's going to be a possibility. And I think even for me, it's like I have, as I get older, I find that my body is just getting older, even though I don't look it, but I can feel it. especially with what the job that I do. It's very physical. And I do work out, try to eat healthy and all this other stuff and take my vitamins, supplements and all this other stuff. And that doesn't mean that I don't feel tired, right? Like today, I feel really tired. And I said I wanted to come on because I promised last week I was going to come on and talk some more about things. And I do have another channel. And so when I tell people about that one, and that one is strictly going to be dealing with tarot cards, the ghost box. I want to do live readings, which I just got to see if YouTube will allow me to go live on the other channel to do that. And I didn't want to really do too much on this channel. I really want to keep it along the lines of like what you and I talk about, Jonathan, is like UFOs, UAPs, USOs, unidentified submarine objects going through our oceans. And there's just so much out there. Yeah, and I do believe, Jonathan, that you're in a good time of life right now. And I know it's hard because you want it to happen like ASAP. Like me, I want them to come out and like fix things, like restore things within my body, just like, hey, I've got this crazy tendon that's bothering me, that's torn a little. Hey, can you fix that, robot? Or can I go through this door frame or whatever I'm thinking in the future, and I can just go through it, and it just analyzes my whole right foot that's have had broken toes and all this, and can you repair it? In my mind, can you repair it? In AI, can you repair this foot? Like, what do you like? Red light therapy, what do I have to do in order to walk the way I want to walk, right? So, eventually a lot of people have something is going to happen to everyone in their lives. And a lot of people feel that, as long as they're working out, right, and taking care of themselves, and just being super, super cool, looking good, eating healthy, and like nothing's ever going to happen to them personally. And I'm like, give it another 10, 15 years. I'm sure I'll be around, then come back. Because if you feel your body is going to be the way it is now, 30s, 40s, 50s, another 10, 15 years. Right. So, I was trying to understand about things that were going on with Three Eye Atlas, because I really feel that for purposes for me, that I really wanted to I was hoping that maybe it's spewing out something. Is it gas? It's going around the sun. Is it melting? Is it powering it up? But it doesn't seem like it's slowing down. You would think that it would slow down. And I really think that it's going to do what it wants to do in front of everybody. So I think if it wants to just be different and maybe send out some probes of some kind and do that, then it probably can do that, And I just feel like it should do that. It should question everything, or we should question everything that we find that it can do, right? We should question everything because it's not acting like a normal comet as of yet. But we're going to give it until next month. It's not even a month, because they said around December 19th is when I believe it's going to be, again, in a way that all the planets, some of the planets will be aligned with 3i Atlas. Yeah, I love science too. I think science is amazing. I think was if I had more of a teacher or somebody in my family that could inspire me when I was young, like in school, I probably would have been an astronomer. Um, I love that. Or or I would be out there digging in the dirt, because I love ancient history. So maybe I would be living in a different country and in the dirt digging up old stuff, mega rocks and dirts, and trying to figure out how things were built tens, hundred thousands of years ago, right? I would love that. And I think people that do that now, that find their passion, if you are somebody is inspiring you. And that's why, like we're talking right now, we've never met, Jonathan, but you and I have known each other for many, many, many years. And I don't always see you because I'm not always on here, and I'm not really on Discord. I'm going to start popping in once in a blue moon with Jimmy Church on Fade to Black. And some other people are in there too that were on on Fessler's, on his show. And so, we're all in this community together. And I feel that, were some people were that I did not like on Thomas's show. And when we would go off the show and be in the Google chat and people were just acting silly, I can't get into that because I'm not loud. I'm not going to be putting people down and saying stuff and all that. And so if I don't have to be, if other people want to do that's fine. And so I kind of removed myself from that. But I see Thomas on X. He'll post something. Mike will post something on X. There's so many people, and we have a community on X or Twitter. And so a lot of them are from his show. And so I think being interested in things that some things are trying to be explained and others we have no idea. I think science is just that, right? It's just people start off, some people believe if you don't have a PhD, you don't know what you're talking about. And they won't even listen. Hey, hi, Shelly. How are you? Hey, I saw Shelly, I think you know Jonathan. Jonathan comes up on Thomas's show sometimes, but how are you doing, love? So I just watched yesterday Tom King and Tim Senor. They did a whole thing about the age of disclosure. I miss you too, love. Yeah. So the age of disclosure came out. When was that? Last Friday, and a lot of people have watched it. And so Tom King and Tim Senor and Shelly, your video, girl, what was that what were you seeing in the sky? Oh yeah, Tom and Tim are great. I mean, just super cool people. Super, super. Yeah. And both of them were on Thomas's show as host. Yeah. Yeah. Science. Yeah. So, we have this whole thing that look how Tom has those amazing expensive cameras on top of the roof of his home. I was like, what? And Tim is the same way. Yeah. Yeah. So Tom, there's a part in there as someone that does my own channel. You can hype Tom's channel. And so I was really trying to hype it. I'm hoping that I put it in my X for people to check out, to just blow his channel up. I love Tim. Oh my God. There are so many podcasts on and I think I've told you this years ago. It's really hard for me because I work. And so and these podcasts are longer and longer. And I'm like, oh my God, it's 2 hours. Like this one I'm listening to now, Shelly, is with Jesse Michaels. And he does American Alchemy. And he just did a 4-hour interview with Peter Levenda, who very good friends with Tom DeLonge, and wrote the book Secret Machines. And so I was telling Jonathan, he's dropping bombs about aliens and other things, And so we love Weaponize with Jeremy Corbell and George Knapp, who lives here in Las Vegas. So there's some really cool podcasts out. There's so many that I love to watch. Good question. So I watched last night. I finished watching Tom King, his and Tim Senor. They did not. I love them because they didn't put any spoilers out. So if you still want to watch, you can watch his but they didn't spoil it. So I really don't know if it's all about UFOs. Also, Joe Rogan interviewed the producer, and I can't think of his name. I know his last name is Farrer or something like that, on his show about the age of disclosure. That's cool. Yeah. Yeah. Tom is, what is he? I follow him on Instagram and on X, and Tom hasn't really done, he just shows his merchandise on Instagram a lot. And so, yeah, that guy's a really interesting guy, Tom DeLonge. Yeah, he really interesting on how that whole show with Lou Elizondo and those others started. I mean, Tom DeLonge used to do shows on battleships way back when. So he knew a lot of those commanders and generals. He just knew a lot of people in the military before he started that show with Lou and those other, I can't even think what their names is. So he's kind of in the know with a lot of military people. And I'm sure he can't say everything. He may be, he's written books too since that show has been off the air. Yeah. That's cool. And you're in talks. Yeah, Tom DeLonge. Yeah, it's Peter Levenda is a really interesting guy, and is, I think he and Tom DeLonge wrote the book Secret Machines together, so they're very, very close friends. And so I'm going to finish the interview with Peter Levenda that knows Tom DeLonge, and I want to see what other bombs he's going to drop on American Alchemy. That's Jesse Michaels' podcast. Oh yeah. Yeah. Tom is, he's close with Lou. I wish I hate Senior Moments because I can't think of the rest of the guys that were in the show with Lou on the History Channel when that came out. But another thing, like you and me, Shelly, with Skinwalker Ranch. And so Brandon Frugal came out. He's seen The Age of Disclosure. And he says all things lead to Skinwalker Ranch because Peter Levenda talks about Skinwalker Ranch. And other people, Skinwalker Ranch, Robert Bigelow, and, Carl Crusher. Skinwalker Ranch is just what the heck is going on there, and I'm just glad that Brandon is producing now and finding new scientific ways to, I don't think that show has jumped the shark yet. I really don't. I think they're seeing more things out there on Skinwalker Ranch. And so I really feel that I don't think production has stopped on his show. And this is about Skinwalker Ranch. I feel like they have more things are going to be revealed that are just going to be outrageous. I would like for them, I can't remember, but I think Skinwalker Ranch has had a lot of triangles. No, I haven't. I've got to. Thanksgiving is coming up. And so I think, I don't know if I'm going to be able to watch it tomorrow. I am really prepping for food and all this, having a big Thanksgiving dinner with my family this coming Thursday. So I'm prepping a lot. I'm not doing the whole thing, but there's a lot that I have to do and start doing at least tomorrow. So I couldn't even tell you when I could watch it, Shelley. Yeah. I think it is 20, to me, it's expensive. And what show was I talking? No, it was Tom. It was Tom's show. He was saying that, it costs a lot of money to produce and these documentaries. It costs a lot. You have to have a lot of sponsors. And so I think Tom King was saying they had to recoup that, right? They got to pay all the people, the cameramen and all these people. And that, who knows how much that is. So it's $25 to watch it. And I'm like, like you said, I got to see if my brother purchased it. Go through him. But yeah, it is $24, I think, but nothing is free. Nothing is. But Tom also mentioned George Lucas is also coming out with a documentary on UFOs. Now, I'm thinking it's probably sometime maybe next year. So now we know George Lucas, and like when George Lucas and Steven, I shouldn't say George Lucas, it could be Steven Spielberg. So somebody correct me in the chat, because it's either one of them is coming out with a UFO documentary. And that is going to blow us away as well, because, hey, we just know that a lot of people know a lot of people. It's just crazy how people will find, will be like, if you go to Contact in the Desert, that's once a year, that has all of the major UFO people that have been in, like Richard Dolan. And God, there's so many, there's like people in their 50s and 60s that have been talking about this for decades. And they're all over there. That's where I would like to go. It's so damn expensive. If I bought it and started meet with you. Oh, we could. Yeah. What happened to Harold? Do you know Jonathan? Yeah, I do. He used to be, well, I don't know, because like I'm not on Fessler's show anymore, but Jonathan, that's how I met Jonathan, was we were in the chat on Thomas's show. So Jonathan is really sweet. He was in Discord, Thomas's Discord channel. I'm not on either one, but Jonathan is from there, and he has disabilities, or a disability, but he's really sweet. And I love Jonathan. I love you, Jonathan. Is it true the aliens are probably coming in 2027? Yeah, so Jonathan knows you too. So what are you saying? No, was that if he knew if it was allowed? Good question. Gosh, if you bought it and can show it, would that be a copyright strike? Good question. See, Harold would know something about that. Who else would know? Paul would know, right? Paul, you can go in X and ask him. Who else is in there? So if Shelley bought the movie and she started, I thought you already had a Google Meet, Shelley. Started a Google Meet and put it up for everyone to watch, would she get a copyright strike? And copyrights are very strong laws, right? You can't, like even here, you can't show the whole movie. there's no way you can show the movie. I don't know how that works. I don't know, Shelly. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, right. I have a Google Meet, but I don't know what. I haven't been on that. Well, the Google Meet to go on Harold's Google Meet. We were all in there at one point, and I wasn't able to keep it up because of my job, because I'm working, and it's really hard to be consistent on some days because it's just, some days I'm just too tired to feel like I'm in a coma after this job when I get home, but yeah, and Jonathan, she's talking about the documentary, The Age of Disclosure. You can't just upload it on video. I mean, upload it on YouTube and watch the movie and have it on you. You would get a copyright strike. You would be sued. You can't do that. So I don't know how that works, Shelley. How copyright strikes when you're showing a movie on Google Meets. You're asking the wrong person. You would have to Google and research that. I have no idea. Girl, look, I didn't upload any. No, Jonathan. No, hun. We're not talking about you uploading any movies or anything. I would love to upload the movie on here and we could all watch it, but I would get a copyright strike because I don't own the movie. I don't have any rights to show that movie on my channel. I would be sued by the creators of The Age of Disclosure. So I have no idea how that works. Yeah, I would ask Thomas, Mike. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's the movie, The Age of Disclosure, that has a lot of people that we love. I mean, I hear 80 years. Come on, of now I think it shows. Some people are talking about aliens, Shelley. I don't know if the whole movie is about UFOs, but I think it could be a combination of both UFOs and aliens, if I'm not mistaken. Hey, look who's here. What's up, Truth Seeker? What's up? We're talking about The Age of Disclosure. I was hoping my brother was going to come in so I could ask him about that. Yeah, Truth Seeker, we were asking if Shelley started her Google Meet and she bought The Age of Disclosure, could she show it within her Google Meet without getting a copyright strike? Yeah, I haven't seen it yet. Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know, because I don't know the law. Well, I got a copyright strike one time on my YouTube channel. It was last year, and I was talking about the word that starts with a C, middle V, and it ends in a D, because I'm not a professional, and I got a copyright strike. So I know about copyright strikes, so I don't talk about certain stuff on here. If it's using Google. Yeah, if Shelley started a Google Meet and she uploaded, or not uploaded, is just showing The Age of Disclosure for everybody that she invited on her Google Meet to watch, would she get a copyright strike? I don't know. Yeah, that would be fun. Yeah. I don't know. Paul, what do you think? Paul, would you know? No, they would not know. Ooh, Shelley. Paul says they wouldn't know. That would be great. We should think of a day. Sometime this week, maybe. Not on Thanksgiving Day, because I won't be here. But correct. That's a great idea, Shelley. That would be so much fun. Yeah. Have a movie night sometime this week. Maybe, I don't know, tomorrow. I can't do it today. Maybe tomorrow, Wednesday. do a movie night and let's all watch it, because I haven't seen it yet, Paul. I hear it's amazing. That it's an amazing movie. And Jonathan, um, I'm gonna have to somehow. Let me, God, let me move this out of the way. Anybody can reach me. I have a lot of. Let me put my email address. I can't even spell. Good Lord. Ugh. Hold on. So I'm going to put Jonathan, if you're still there, and anybody can email me at either of these email addresses, but Jonathan, you specifically, because of the fact that I've known you since when I was on Thomas's show. You've been in the Discord, and Jonathan's a really sweet guy, and he would be someone I would love to have there. Who did? Nick already did it in a meet. You have the same number, Kim? Oh yeah, I never changed the number. The one that ends in 8090. That's my number, girl. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah. Oh, Nick, that was he on Thomas's show? Well, yeah, we should do that, even if some people have already seen it, because a lot of us, I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it yet. Shelly, go on X. You can reach me on these emails, or you can reach me on X, because my phone number has never changed. I haven't changed my number in, I don't know, 12 years. It's the same number, girl. Oh, Jonathan, it's The Age of Disclosure. It's the movie The Age of Disclosure. Oh, I'm such a terrible typist. This is what it's called. It's called The Age of Disclosure. Okay. So Shelly, we won't talk about that, about your meet. Well, and plus nobody's going to know about it. I'm not going to say anything. So just reach out to me. You can reach out to me on these emails, or you can call me, because we have each. Well, I still have the same phone number, and I'm on X. You know, you can always message me on X too. And Truth Seeker, you know, I think a lot of people. What was the one guy? Was it Matt from the Good Trouble show? Somebody was going to show it on YouTube, and dude was being inundated with people, and he had to totally remove his channel. I thought that was funny. That came up on my feed. So some people are really trying. It's probably already bootlegged out there somewhere, but I don't want to. I'd rather pay for it, because I like all the people that they interviewed, and I'm in support of the guy. I can't think of his first name, something Farah or something. You know, he's got to recoup the money. That it takes a lot of money to put these documentaries, these movies out. So I'd rather pay into that for him, because the movie was amazing. X is a shit show. Well, Shelly, look, I really don't like Elon, but I have some Tesla stock. But my whole thing with Elon is, you gotta, you know, this is a grown man that has Asperger's. He has a disability, and some of the things that he says and does, I don't agree with, but I like kind of listening to him, because he's telling you what's going to be coming up in the future. And so I know I spend a lot of money to be verified to be verified on X, and it's to me, I don't know if I'm going to keep that going for next year because $50 is a lot of money. It's not like I'm recouping it in any kind of way, having a verified profile. And so I'm maybe switching, not having that. And so, yeah, I get it. But so many of us are on from Fessler Show and other podcasts that follow me on X. So I definitely want to stay on it. I only have an Instagram account, but it's private. Shit together. Girl, Elon is I think I put out there on X the other day because he has the boring tunnel, and that's here in Vegas. The tunnel is drilled from our airport to the convention center on the Las Vegas Boulevard, and it kind of spreads out to these hotel casinos. And some of the firefighters that went down there checking on stuff, he actually got some chemical burns, and OSHA checked it out, and it was some hush hush shit going on with our governor. And so, and they keep giving him money to keep drilling underneath. I think it's actually going to meet up with Area 51 or something, but we would never know. I think the drilling is happening to different bases underground. I think that's what's going on. I think Elon is dealing with a lot of stuff with AI, his rocket ships that just, he can get up to the low Earth orbit, right? Low Earth orbit, ISS, but his powerful rockets can't get past that. We'll see if NASA can. I don't know. You got to get past those Van Allen belts if you're human. Yeah, where is that? The tunnel supposedly is to help because we have so many conventions here in Las Vegas. We have so many hotel rooms. So they figured it would be easier for people to jump on in a Tesla car. You're going to go through the boring tunnels to get to the convention center. But where else is it drilling? Will it come up by my street? Where is it going? Is it going to the Air Force Base too? Where is this tunnel? Where is it ending with this tunnel? Is it just for the conventioneers? Girl, those Van Allen belts, that hazmat suit ain't gonna work. There's too much radiation. That's why I kind of bump heads with people about if we ever went to the moon. When I asked my relative who worked at Area 51 if we ever went to the moon, he's like, I don't think so. I think it was all fabricated. I think it was in a studio with cement, because why is there a beer can on the moon buried? It's not like any of the astronauts had beer. Why is it buried in the moon? A beer can and wires sticking up. Because it was a landfill. That's where they filmed it. It's fake. Anyway, I'm going to let that go so I don't get somebody mad at me. See? Well, that's like, what's it called? Denver, the Denver airport, right? And Denver makes fun of itself. Like, yeah, we're mysterious. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're mysterious. All right. There are tunnels underneath the Denver airport from what I hear. Blue Moon Bear, right? Oh my gosh. Yeah, I believe eventually, if not that, there's a lot of underground tunnels leading That one guy on, his name is Anders on Uncanny Expeditions. You better be careful because I follow Dreamland Resorts, Jorg or Jorg. Um, and 2 years ago, the FBI went into his home with his partner, his girlfriend, and she was in her underwear and she was in the cold, and they went in. He has two homes, one in Las Vegas and one in Rachel, Nevada. And they went in and confiscated all of his expensive computer equipment because he talks about Area 51 and he's been doing it for decades. He knows a lot of pilots and people that worked at the test site, Area 51, all of that. And he got in trouble, and they never did give him back his computers. So Uncanny Expedition, which is a great YouTube channel, and I have threw the link up so many times on X for people to be in support of Anders. Anders has taken films. He has a long range camera that went all the way into Area 51, where you could actually see them testing some type of new aircraft that was on a pylon, and it wasn't the whole aircraft, but the aircraft was upside down. And so it goes all the way down back into underground, and they put it back up again. Here's the pylon. It's like on a stick. The aircraft is usually upside down, and they're testing it for radar to see if radar capability. So that makes for stealth, right? So no one can see them. Like, you're not going to be seen on a radar. And they kept it up all night and in the daytime. And on his channel, he's showing that. I don't see why that guy hasn't been arrested. Anyway. So, no, yeah, the German guy, Jorg, is Dreamland Resorts, and he has had some live shows on. He also, well, he's been up to the gates of Area 50. His website, excuse me, he's had that website for over 25 years. And I knew about it back in 2009 because of my UAP experience. And a lot of the people that are on his discussion forum within his website are people that used to work at the test site in Area 51. Yeah. So Uncanny. So here we're talking about a different podcaster. His first name is Anders. He's blowing up. His YouTube channel, when I found him like a couple of months ago, only had like 1,000 people. Now it's, I don't know, 100,000. He's blowing up because he's driving out there and he's visiting Lockheed. He went to that place where that supposedly drone blew up. So he's and then taking videos of Area 51, of the flight line. That's something in my mouth. Anyway. Correct. That's Anders on Uncanny Expedition. Yeah. No, he didn't get arrested yet. I bet, well, look, as soon as you drive up to the gates of Area 51 or anywhere near Lockheed, because they have cameras underground in the dirt, and that's on Dreamland Resorts website. Jorg has taken pictures of cameras. As soon as they pop up, there's cameras all over there. So when Anders, who has Uncanny Expedition podcast, and he thinks nobody's watching him. Oh, they're watching you, dude. You don't know that they're there. So he's going all the way up to Lockheed gates, going on all those crazy tunnels, taking his long range camera, filming things that are on the flight line of Area 51. You're on their radar. and you have to be careful. He may just disappear. Well, I think you are asking for trouble. I think you are. And if if he if somehow he doesn't show up on his website, not his website, on his YouTube channel for several weeks or months, they're only going to let you do so much, right? Our government, because he's showing things that are Russia and China and North Korea would be interested in seeing, especially that one aircraft where it comes up from underground from Area 51. He caught it. It was still unbelievable. They're testing this new aircraft, and it comes up from underground on a pylon. And the aircraft is upside down, and it stayed there for several hours. I'm thinking, are you nuts, dude? Are you kidding me? We weren't supposed to see that. Yeah. Who's going to be the next whistleblower? Oh, there's a lot. There's a lot of whistleblowers. New drone technology. Yeah, even drones that they're testing out there, or part of something. It wasn't the whole thing. When my ex worked out there at Air 51 as a firefighter, and his brother-in-law worked at the test site too. And he would have to catch the Janet jet from McCarran Airport at that time and fly out to a different part of Area 51. And me and my ex lived in Pahrump, so he would drive to that gate. So my ex, I don't care, I'm going to put it out. He said that when they are testing new aircraft or drones, and I think this isn't a secret, that they bring these subcontractors in, and the whole aircraft is draped, because you're only going to come in to work on the part that they want you to work on and that you're allowed to see. You're not going to see the whole plane. You're not going to see the whole drone. Yeah. I am too, because a lot of this, of what I'm thinking, right, is technology that's going to help humanity eventually. And so I'm all for secrets that you can say, and secrets that you can't say to humanity. I know. Well, they have to test it. They have to test it out, especially for to see if it can be seen on radar, right? So if our unfriendlies like Russia, China, North Korea, whatever other country, can take a picture of it and probably try to figure it out. That's why people in the CIA will sell their soul to give information and blueprints on how we're making things out here. There's a lot of people in prison for that, right? That used to work for the FBI or CIA that gave China information about certain aircraft and things like that not too long ago. And we find out, and they're in prison. But our technology is in the hands of Russia, China, or whoever else. Yeah, you have to test these things somehow. It's mainly at night. And parts of Area 51, Anders, he's not going to be able to see anyway. There's a lot of it is within mountains, right? So he can get to the highest part of a mountain, but there's other mountains where they're doing it. And I think a lot of it is cloaked. What do you think, Truth Seeker? I think a lot of things that they do out there, it has cloaking capabilities, I think. Is it true that the CIA is the government of Area 51? I thought, and somebody can put in the chat, and Paul may know, I thought the CIA was kind of established with Area 51, 30, 40, 50 years ago. Oh yeah, you can go up there. I mean, it's a climb up to Tikaboo Peak. It's like over 10,000 feet. You got to bring a backpack. Okay, I'm not going up 10,000 feet straight up. And he's lugging all of his equipment. That equipment is in a backpack. I don't know, what is it, 60, 70 pounds? You're lugging up 10,000 feet. Yeah, I thought the CIA, I think it was doing, what war was that? During the Cold War or whatever, when they were testing all the different planes out. And they had to find a place where they could do that, which was the desert, out here in Nevada. Yeah, I don't have a good foot, so I used to do a lot of hiking back in the day, maybe 6-7 years ago. And I've been up to Mount Charleston, and that's as high, and that was years ago. There is 10,000 feet, Tikaboo Mountain. Are you kidding me? But that's how far up you would have to hike in order to get your camera ready to film. You got to bring a tent. You got to bring food. It's cold. It's cold now. It's probably snowing up there. I don't know. It's cold, 10,000 feet. And then you got to worry. They already know that you're there. They see you. They got cameras up there at Tikaboo Mountain. Yeah. He's always showing the helicopters, right? Spying on him. Yeah. I know. Carl's in the know, because Carl crushed Skinwalker Ranch. I told you guys on here, I can't remember. I don't know. I thought I said something. I met Robert Bigelow, who used to own Skinwalker Ranch. And he was at the Omelet House here in Las Vegas. I was by myself. I had a doctor's appointment. And I didn't see him until I was leaving, I think. And he was with a lady friend. And I ignored her, which is terrible. I should have said hi, but because I was all like, "Oh, hi, Robert." He goes, "Hi." I go, "Oh, I said, yeah, nice to meet you. I kind of know about you a little bit." He goes, "Here's my lady friend," because I wasn't talking to her. Yeah. Oh, yeah. If I could just get to contact in the desert, it's so damn expensive to go. It is, it's thousands of dollars, because that's where there's so many people and it's not even about UFOs. There's a lot of people there that I'm that I'm interested in. And Contact is in the Desert is humongous convention in Palm Desert in California. Yeah. What was the woo, Shelly? Man's got to eat. Yeah. Well, you're paying for all these people. They're making their money going to different conferences. This is how Jimmy Church and Billy Carson, because Billy was on Ancient Aliens and stuff, so he made his money in different ways. And he and Jimmy have known each other for decades. So Billy I think through Ancient Aliens and the History Channel, went to the pyramids. And so when Jimmy, who had known Billy for 10 or 15 years, and he finally got to the pyramids, and this is Jimmy Church of Fade to Black. And long story short, he finally got to the pyramids and had been twice. And so now he's doing tours. And so he's doing a tour of Peru with that guy, Forrester guy. So they're recouping their money, and you're going to be paying for it. You're paying for Jimmy's whole trip. These trips are $6,000-$7,000. And Billy Carson, who I adore, I'm not paying $12,000 to go for 2 or 3 weeks to Egypt. There's other people that go. So yeah, take an hour to tell you. Well, we can do this another day, Shelly. Get that Google Meet going, girl. Maybe let's meet up for Google Meet tomorrow night or something. I'm going to be prepping for Thanksgiving, coming up with my family. So I'm going to be getting up early and getting a lot of that stuff out of the way and doing more prepping and baking on Wednesday, and then I will be gone. But tomorrow would be good if you want to do it. Oh, you don't do Google Meet anymore, John? That's okay. Yeah, who's going to pay $12,000? Obviously, there's a lot because he's got like 80 to 100 people. Can you that kind of money? But it's a luxury Egyptian tour. Billy's all about 5-star, 5-diamond luxury Egyptian tour. But there's other people that go, and it's half that price. And there's other people that go for, you can go for 2 weeks for $3,000. And these are people that know the same people that Billy know and Jimmy know. So I'm in support of Matt LaCroix. I hope Matt LaCroix is doing his documentary. So he finally got to Egypt. I'm so happy for him. I have his books. I really want to meet Matt LaCroix. Let me ask Thomas tonight. Yeah. If we can show that and you guys let me know, I'll hop in. We could do it tomorrow night. And you can either let me know on my email or, excuse me. Yeah. I was like, we're talking about it. Anybody else doing it though? I haven't been on social media. I just know that one dude was kind of like, well, he was totally out. You can't do that on YouTube. You can't do that. People get copyright strikes all the time on YouTube. They're showing some silly stuff. So I kind of know my limits on here of what I can and can't say. And, but we just have to legally find out. And I think that's okay. Because we're going to go about it the legal way with anything. We're going to find out before we do anything. And I think that we have a lot of people we know that are much smarter than me. And I'm just a little teeny channel, less than 500 people. So I'm not going to do that, but I'm sure we'll figure it out. Yeah. I've met Jimmy a few times, and he, Jimmy took over. Oh gosh. Keep talking on here in the chat while I look. Let me look something up. Okay. So okay. So I know you guys have heard about Art Bell. Before I even moved here to Nevada, my mother was really interested in listening to Art Bell. He would come on around 10 or 11 o'clock at night. And Art was really cool because he would allow people to just call in and talk about their experiences, whether it was seeing a UFO or a alien or a ghost. He was genuine about it. He wanted to hear about that. So he and Jimmy, very good friends. And when Art Bell died, I believe in 2018, Jimmy took over his show. So once he did that, he started getting into meeting people. Jimmy's been on Gaia. See, I won't pay for Gaia. I won't do it. I was telling my brother to slow it down because I'm like, when you think about it, Gaia would be great because they have so many people on there that I admire that have written books talking about UAPs and phenomenon, and other stuff. Yeah, I told you guys about, so Jimmy has also done ghost hunting as well. And I'm talking about Jimmy Church of Fade to Black. So Jimmy has different people on. Usually if he's getting ready to go, like Conscious Life Expo is coming up. I would love to go to that. Don't know if I'm going to be able to. That's in February of next year. So some of the people that are going to be at Conscious Life Expo will definitely be at Contact in the Desert, which I believe is at the end of May, which is the largest UFO convention everybody in the world goes. It's expensive. It's so expensive. But anyway, yeah, Art Bell died in 2018, and Jimmy Church took over his radio. Because Art Bell lived in Pahrump. Now, Pahrump is near Area 51. I used to live there with my ex because he was working at the test site, and we lived on a golf course because his fire chief owned all these homes on the golf course at Calvada. And so a lot of the firefighters, or maybe we were the only one at that time, were leasing out a house because it was closest to that particular gate to Area 51. So Jimmy Church did not live in Pahrump. Jimmy Church lived in Los Angeles and took over Art Bell's station and was doing it from Burbank. Yeah, so, oh my God, phones. So there's this guy that kept popping up on my Instagram account, and he lives somewhere in New York, and he goes to some cemetery at night, or even in the daytime. I shouldn't say at night, in the daytime. And it's a cemetery that has, it's a very old cemetery that has tombstones from like the 16th century, 17th century, 18th century, 19th century, big ass cemetery. He goes out there with a bucket of hot water, and he scrubs the headstone. They're dirty, right? After all these hundreds of years, and he scrubs them kind of clean. And he has a ghost box, which is an app. And I think the ghost box is on a tripod, and it's showing him cleaning the headstone. The ghost box is running. Do you know the people that are buried in that dirt associated with that tombstone start saying, thank you for cleaning my headstone. Hi. Sometimes they say, get away. Like, I don't like you. They say you're fat. Oh my God. Girl, so I was like, now I have Ghostbox. I'm not going to turn it on. I've got the app. I got it. Was it last week? Yeah, it's because of frequency, Jonathan. You have to, when we're talking about things that can't be explained, that comes through in frequency, people that have died or transitioned out, that their frequency is still here, even in animals, I do believe, because I had my experience. It's actually in one of my videos, that the frequencies still exist, right? Interesting, Shelley. Mm-hmm. One night I get a notification, Ramsey Cemetery, found out it's cemetery close to where I live now, plus my first sky sighting in high school. I lived in Ramsey. Well, I think that frequency, these entities or whatever it is, they do. I know you can't make it up. And the Ghost Box, so I downloaded that app. And I know better that I need to put myself in a protective bubble and before I do anything like that, because when your third eye is open and you're intuitive, you should always put a protective bubble. So, and I talked about this, I think in one of my videos, when I turned it on, I heard a meow. Now, Shelly, I lost my cat like over 2 years ago. And then my other cat that I had, she saw something and started running around crazy in the house. And she was frightened. And I don't know what, it was some entity that came through that was scaring her. And she couldn't settle down. Luckily, I had some sage. And I I lit up that sage and I said, it ain't happening here in this house. I don't know who or what you are, but you have got to leave, coming through the ghost box. So I smudged the house, smudged the living room. I opened the door and I said, for you to get the fuck up out of here, because this is my house and you are not allowed in here to do any harm, scare me or my cat or anybody in this house. And from that day on, before I use this ghost box, I have to smudge it. So when I do my other channel, I'm going to talk about, I'm going to wrap up some things on my channel about this one guy and this gal. But yeah, so you have to put yourself in a protective bubble. You don't want all these shits to be coming in your house. Yeah. Well, and that's the thing when they build homes on top of people that have died, right? It's a mountain called Sunrise Mountain, and it was Indian burial ground. And of course, if they find bones, they got to call in the university, come in. They're going to date the bones and remove the bones, and then you can build on top of it. But I still would not be living on top of a burial site of any kind. Sorry, it ain't going to happen ever. So yeah, you have to protect yourself. Yeah, you just have to protect yourself. So because I like to sleep. I don't want to be bothered. I don't want them coming, walking around, shadowing, and all this other. Yeah, a man presence. See, this is the thing. Yeah, I feel that people that have transitioned out across the street from where I live, there was somebody that died where I lived, not too far. And so I do believe if they're not ready to leave their presence here on earth, that they walk around at night, they can come through the doors, they walk around, they want to probably standing in front of your bed, and looking at you, you don't even know it, and you may know it, and keep on walking around their neighborhood just like they used to be. But I don't like that because, like I said, I like to sleep. I don't want to be dealing with that on a daily basis, if at all. If I bring you in, it's because I opened that part of the portal open, and then I'm shutting it down. 15 minutes earlier, and the chair was facing door from where I got up, locked in the kitchen. Yeah. Didn't you say that you're near a battleground too? Was it Indian battle? Is it an Indian battleground or military battleground? Like it's old, you got a lot going around in your area. You only have one home. That's because I think they're attracted to our light. If you're intuitive side, but you have to be careful with the third eye. You don't want it open. You can have it open, but you don't want anything to be coming through, messing with you and your home. You want to be able to, because you should be in control of your house. I don't let them take control. It ain't going to happen here. No, because it can lead to diseases, feeling sick, all this stuff, bothering other people that live with you, bothering your animals on a consistent basis. And I don't allow that. But see, I didn't do that when I first got that ghost box. And excuse me, guys. I won't allow that. Dockyard in the UK. Is that a podcast? Is that a podcast, Kelly? Dockyard in the well, and then places that like back east and where you live. I mean, where I'm, of course, I feel like people have lived here millions of years ago, maybe, but people that have lived back east and the Midwest, all of that, you have some of these people that were coming west, these burial grounds, right? Have you seen Chaos Moogie? No. Oh, 13 boys. Oh, stop. No, Jonathan, I've never Chaos. What's that? I haven't never even heard of that. Chatham dockyard deaths, 24 boys died. See, that's another thing too. When you have multiple people dying in one area at the same time, is that good? I haven't been to I haven't been on the outside of Mandalay Bay where they had that Las Vegas massacre of over 30 people. I don't want to pick up anything, so I'm going to let that go. I just don't feel that would be good for me to go to any concert or anything where mass people were shot and killed. Hats on. Strange outfits and hats on. That's crazy, Craig. And Jonathan, you were saying that you met, he showed a video like over in like TikTok UFO videos in Phoenix Lights. Yeah, Tom, Jonathan, get on Tom King. I'm sure you remember Tom King, and you should remember Tim Senor. We're both on Thomas's channel. And Tom has his own channel, and he sees all of these UFOs around his house. Damn, Shelly, that's crazy, cray. Tom King. Oops, almost tipped over in this chair. Sorry, it's Tom King. It's Tom King. Yeah, he has, I don't know, Shelly, you probably would know. There's so many podcasts that are out there. It's really hard for me to watch them all. But Tom King is really good. He's out there in Phoenix, I believe. And there's a lot of conventioners that come out there too. And Tom King, he's super cool, super nice. And man, he showed his equipment, his cameras on top of his house. I was like, dude, he was cleaning them. Tom is amazing. Tim is amazing. Tom is just rocking it out there in Phoenix. And, he has the equipment to look at whatever he's capturing and try to decipher, like, what is this? What is out there, which I love. Tim is going to be a regular. Are you serious? No way. What? Did you see Tim's Lambo? Truth Seeker, Tim has a Lambo. That thing's around $200,000 or $300,000. What does Tim do for a living? Yeah. Thomas is cool. I have to get in on Tom. I just happened to catch. What the heck was I? I think I was driving. I think I was listening to his show the other day. I was either driving home from work because I have a long drive. I will, you know what? I'm thinking my notification is set for all of, how notifications work on YouTube, where they either work or they don't work for certain people, or maybe they don't work for me. I don't know. But we should next time when he's live, I think he goes live, I'll get in there as long as it's not on a day that I'm driving home from work or stuff like that. It gets to be a little bit too much. They're doing a podcast tomorrow. If they are, I'll jump in. Yeah, because I'll be home tomorrow. Yeah, guys, let me know. I'm gonna be wrapping up the stream, guys, because I gotta get going some other things. And yeah. Okay, so we got. That was Tom's last show. This probably was because we're coming up to Thanksgiving. Not too much, unless somebody else does something. Tom's last show. Okay. It means not his last show. It's just his last show for this week. Truth Seeker. I don't know. I'm waiting for Truth Seeker to. Last Friday. Oh, okay. I thought. See, I don't remember. I was so out of it. But I did watch this. So I thought it was great. It was so good to see them both. They're such great. I remember Tim being on SOR with Dave a lot. You know, it gets hard when you have work and you have children and you're on where in the heck was Tim at? Was he in his garage? I love it because if you don't want to disturb the family, you're going to be in your garage doing your podcast with your friend Tom King. That's okay, Jonathan. Yeah. I mean, sometimes it's late at night. I don't stay up because I have to work the next day. And so it's hard for me. There's so many podcasters out there now. And these podcasts are long. They're like 2-3 hours long. And it's just a long one. Okay. Yeah, the garage. I was looking at Tim. I was like, and then Tom brought it up. He goes, dude, I'm paraphrasing. Like, what are the cars back there? And then he mentioned a Lambo. He's got an User. That car is like around $200,000 or $300,000. I was like, Tim, what do you do for a living? I know Tim produces movies. He's amazing. I just think I love them both. It's really cool. And then didn't Tim Senior go, Shelley, with Carl the Crusher at one point? Yeah, Tim used to be in the club. Hey, you got to do it. Look, I'm in a corner. The only reason I'm not behind all those books on my bookshelf is because where I'm at in my house is a lot quieter. I feel. Yeah, exactly, Shelley. Jonathan, when you get tired and if things are making you nervous or whatever, you don't have to stay on. You just kind of chill a little bit. And, because I'll be back on. I'm trying to be on here like once a week. I'm not sure either. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, the only other place I would hit up this week, it would be, but I don't know what's going on with Harold. So the last time I talked to him was maybe about 3.5 weeks ago, 4 months. So I don't even know if he's still doing his Google Meet. I haven't been on it. Sometimes I just have so much going on and it's really hard to get on there a lot. I can't make promises like that, but now, since I know I'm going to be off for several days, it's a possibility. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure myself. Yeah. Yeah, so Shelley, I'm so glad you came through, Shelley. Both you and Truth Seeker. I love that. I appreciate you guys' support all the time. Yeah, you take care, Truth Seeker. I'll see you soon. I'll see you on X. We'll catch up then. You can always message me there. You take care. Bye, Truth Seeker. What's up, Shelley? Yeah, I'm going to be ending the stream pretty soon. You have my number? You have my phone number? Is this? Yeah, right. Let me see, Shelley. What number do I have? You said you don't. Let me see what I have of yours. Hold on. I'm only going to put out your last 4 numbers. I have a phone number that ends in 0867. Is that you still? Cool. Okay, I just texted you. Okay. Well, listen. Hey, Jonathan. I'm going to be ending the stream. You can always get in touch with me. I left my emails in the chat. And if any of you out there see this video and you want to contact me, you can always reach me on my Gmail account at Paradigma Theories or at my AOL account as well at ShadowMist95 at AOL. So if anything goes down, hey, Jonathan, I see you a little bit on Discord, on our one of the Discords. Yeah, just don't overwhelm yourself. Bye, Shelly. I love you, girl. We will catch up. Anything goes down, you let me know if anybody's doing anything tomorrow night would be good. Okay, we'll catch up soon, love. You take care. Bye-bye. This has been a great. Okay, anybody tuning in is like, she knows all these people. Ghost, I know you're sleeping because you're across the pond in a different country, and I appreciate you stopping in. I hope that you get to listen to this whole video. uh yeah, don't feel embarrassed, Jonathan. I appreciate you, and I'm so glad that you came through and that you stayed with me. I'll probably, I don't know if Jimmy is doing, if Jimmy is doing a podcast tomorrow night, not tonight, tomorrow. I'll see you there. Okay, I'll catch up with you there. And Jonathan, once I end the stream, because it's a long one, so YouTube's going to take maybe a half. It could, because it's a long one, it's going to take them a little while to upload it. Yeah, but my email is within the chat. The chat replay will be on, and I'll pin it too. I'll pin it as well. So Shelly, you take care. Jonathan, you take care. I'm going to be ending the stream. It's so good to talk with you, Jonathan. Yeah, you'll see me in Discord. Anybody else come along? Yeah, these are my good friends. We just love and share our love for UAPs and UFOs and ghosts and things like that. These are people from Fessler's show. So and other podcasts as well. So I love you all. You take care. It was so fun to come through. Happy Thanksgiving that's coming up in a few days for people. There are other people that I know that I work with that may also see this long video of me. Yeah, so everyone take care of yourselves. I love you, and thank you for supporting me in my little channel, and have a wonderful day. Take care of yourselves and others, and I will come back on this channel next week. All right. Happy Thanksgiving to everyone. Take care.